Hello there, boys and girls. Today we will be going on an adventure. I know that you are excited, so guess what? We are going to be doing a nature walk. But first, what is it that we're going to be doing on the outside? Guess what? We're going to be identifying materials in the environment that can be described as natural or man-made. We're also going to be classifying things in the environment that are considered as natural or man-made. And finally, we're going to be creating a bar graph with all this information that we gather. So, boys and girls, have you ever been on a nature walk? If you have never been, what do you think we will do? For those of you who have, I know that you are ready to go. So as the name suggests, a nature walk is a walk simply going on the outside, observing and enjoying the nature. So we will now prepare for our nature walk, but first we have to do some things. So here what we have to do now. We're going to be going on the lookout for things that are natural and man-made. I am sure you remember that nature describes things that are created by God, and man-made are things that are created by humans. Good. So first, we will use a tally chart to take note of the number of things we observe to be man-made or natural. So here's an example of a tally chart. I want you to look closely, children, as you will see strokes, and if you look even closer, you will see that every fifth mark is drawn diagonally. Bear this pattern in mind, as this is what is expected as we explore it. So now we will create our tally chart. First, I want you to draw a table like this. So after you have drawn your table, we're going to be labeling one side as natural and the other side as man-made. So we're almost there, and I know that you're excited, but hold on. Get your pencils and get your paper or your book with your tally chart. Put on some comfortable shoes because we're going outside. Are you ready? Well, let's go. Our nature walk has begun. We are looking on the outside for natural and man-made things. Do you see anything that is natural or man-made? Look around. What do you see? Oh, I heard you. I see it too. We see birds. Oh, I see the birds, and they're flying in the air. We're still looking around. Do you see anything that is natural or man-made? Don't forget to make note of that natural thing that we just saw, the bird flying in the air. What else do you see? Oh, look at that beautiful tree over there. Is it natural or man-made? Think about it. Ah, it's natural. Look at it flowing in the wind. So let's make note. So far we have two natural things in the environment. What about this stone here? Would you say it is natural or would you say it is man-made? Think about it. It is natural. Good. God created those stones. Aha. What about the sign that is below the tree? Emergency assembly point. Did that there come naturally in the environment, or did man have to make that? I would say it is man-made. Very good. So we're going to make note. So if you look, children, we see a beautiful bee. Do you see it? Look closely. Wow. Beautiful indeed. So we're going to make note of the bee as natural because it is made by God. And if we look closer, we see Wow, this beautiful flower. So we say that this is what? Man-made or natural? We say it is natural. So remember to make note of those things that we have identified in the environment. So there we see another creature there on the wall. It's a wasp. So we're going to make note of that. Is it natural or man-made? It is natural. Good. But what about this post here that I'm leaning on? Would you say it is natural or man-made? Ah, I heard you. It is man-made. So let's make note of that as well. Great. Let's continue walking. We're still exploring. Oh, I can feel the wind on my skin. I wonder if you can feel the wind anywhere around you. If you look at the trees, you see it flowing in the wind. So what is it? Is it man-made or is it natural? I know. I heard you. It is natural. So let's make note of that as well. Oh, I am sure if you look on the outside, right, you must see something of this sort. Buildings where we get our shelter. So all of these beautiful buildings with these different details, what would we say they are? Man-made, or would we say that they are natural? Did they just happen to be there, or were they just built by persons? We would say that they are man-made. Very good, children. Excellent. I see that you're having fun. We're making note of the things we see, and we are still going around our environment to see what else this has to offer us on our nature walk. So let's go. Boys and girls, we've been having so much fun, I can tell. But guess what? I see someone coming. But first, we have to take precautions. I'm going to put on my mask.
Hi.
Hello, ma'am. How are you? What are we doing? We are just going around looking for things in the environment that are natural or man-made. Would you like to come along?
No, I'm very busy.
All right. You take care now.
Thanks, all. Bye.
Children, I just spoke to someone. Would you say she's a natural person, or would you say she was made by man? Think about it. She was made by God. Very good. So she's natural. So there we go. Let's continue as we explore the environment. Let's look around. Oh, we are walking along the street. What do you see? Do you see anything that could help us to travel a little faster? What's behind me, boys and girls? Oh, I see a beautiful car. Boy, it is looking good. Is this man-made or is it natural? What was that? It is man-made. Awesome. We are traveling along the road. We are looking for natural and man-made. Let's go. Oh, boys and girls, I'm exhausted. I know we've been walking from morning, but guess what I'm looking at? We're going to rest our feet at this beautiful bench. Oh, it's so comfortable. I wish you could sit here with me now. Oh, I can feel the wind in the air. Oh, I'm so happy this was created. Created? But who made this? Is it natural or do you think it's man-made? It is all man-made. Very good. Ooh, something noisy is passing. Oh, that beautiful truck. It's all man-made. Tick, tick. Wonderful, children. Ooh, this is so much fun. Let's continue on our journey. We are going along the street to look for natural and man-made. Oh, but children, I'm a little bit thirsty, children. Do you see anything that we could use? to get some water? Anything around? Look, I should look down. Oh, a pipe. Yes, was that pipe naturally made? Or was it made by man? Look closely, children. Is it natural or is it man-made? Ah, this was made by man. But what is coming from it? It is water. It is natural. So we have a double there. We are going along. Remember to make note. Natural, man-made. We are going along the street. Come along. We're going along the street. Come on, children. Come on. We are going along the street. So now we're going out there. We are going to explore some more. Oh, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Do I look a little brighter? What do you think is causing that for me to look a little brighter? Over this side, it's a bit shady, but over here, I can feel the sun on my skin. Is the sun man-made or is it natural? Ah, wonderful, boys and girls. It is natural. Let's make note. Let's make note of that, children. We are going along the street to identify natural and man-made. We are going along the street. Oh, my feet are just gliding along this beautiful path. I wonder what I'm feeling under my feet. Do you see what is here under my feet? Oh, I see something green. Good. What is it called? Ah, grass. Wonderful. So we see that the grass, we see it is natural or man-made. It is natural. Wonderful. Let's go. We are going along the street to find our natural and man-made. We are going along the street to identify natural and man-made. We are going. Hey, I found a pathway. 2, 3. We could even count by 4, but oh, I can't jump that far. But these are stones. Remember, we saw some around there, but these are designed beautifully. Natural or man-made? Man-made. We are going along the street to identify natural and man-made. Ooh, do you see what I see? Butterflies flying in the wind of all different colors. Beautiful. Ants. Ooh, I love my little ants. Oh, they're traveling along the street. What do you see in the air, children? That's an helicopter. What would we say it is? Natural or man-made? Oh, that was made by man. So let's make note. Oh, boys and girls, I see a bunch of bananas over there. Do you see them? Oh, look over there. I even see a plantain too. Look over there, children. You see plantains too? Ah, my question to you. Are those natural or man-made? They are natural. Awesome, children. Make sure to make note of that as well. So there we have 2 more natural things that are going on our list. Plantains and bananas. Ooh, boys and girls, look what we have found. Bees everywhere. Are those natural or man-made? Ah, they are indeed natural. Great job, children. Let's make note of that. So now that we have finished our observation, we have finished exploring, we are now going to be going back on the inside and we are going to be making note of everything that we saw out here in the outdoors. So let's go. Come along, children. Wow, boys and girls, that was so much fun. I am enjoying myself. I know that you did too. So, on the outside, we were able to identify different things in the environment that are known as natural or man-made. Great. So, you did well, and I am extremely proud of you. Yes, you. Let's see what we have found out. So, what was the first thing that we saw? Birds. Awesome. Great. And we saw the bees and the stones. I saw them on the ground, lying so beautifully on the ground. What about the sign? You remember what was on the sign? Emergency assembly point. Wonderful. What about the pipe that we also saw? The water. The light post. So let's continue with our list. The helicopter, buildings, grass, sun, butterfly, ants, the bench, wind, car, truck, woman, bananas, yes man, and the plantings too, the wasp, the flower, and the tree. Wonderful, boys and girls. So now we're going to be creating our tally chart with all the information that we just shared. So let's now look on the screen and we are going to see how many natural things we saw there in the list and how many man-made. Let's see if you have the same things that I have on my tally chart. All right, boys and girls. On the tally chart here, on the natural, how many things did we discover? 5 plus 5 plus 5 gives us 15. Wonderful. What about the man-made side? 5 plus the 3 gives us 8. Excellent, boys and girls. So now let's put all of this information on a bar chart. So we are going to be drawing our axes and labeling them. So the horizontal axis will be things that we saw. So we will have 2 items, natural and man-made. Then we will label our vertical axis as numbers of items. Are you ready? You got all of that? All right. So each line space, this is what we're going to be doing now, will represent 2 things. So we will count by 2s. Here goes. Take your time. Plot your graph. Wonderful. So boys and girls, look at your tally chart and you are going to shade in for the natural things that you have seen. You're going to put all of that information on your bar graph. Now we will do the same for the natural side. So there we have it, boys and girls. We have identified things in the environment as natural or man-made, created a tally sheet, and we have represented the information on a bar graph. So as you take your summer walks, think of other things you can look for around you, record them on the tally charts, and represent them on bar graphs. Share with your friends and don't be scared to share with your families too. So boys and girls, keep safe and do enjoy your summer break. So until next time, boys and girls,